We back with the gods, lizards, and other animals, and some other humans. The Nebula civilization. It's been a long time. I'm not gonna lie. So we're not even gonna waste any time. To be honest, we're gonna read. So, Deanon, do you know how the night sky was called upon 100 or so years ago? Pardon? The blue insect god. Insect god. Oh, that me. And before that, the night sky was even called nameless beetle god. When the Haukrin tribe was starving and traversing the wild, the insects guided them, and the insects kept them fed. So what you're trying to say is that the night sky caused this to happen? Isn't that a bitch? Bitch, isn't that a bitch? Yeah, it is. Isn't it a bitch? Isn't it a bit of a stretch? I just kind of like, move the CH up. That's what I did. It's just a hypothesis, but we can confirm it by checking if the other wooden bars have been eaten by the insects as well. The night sky truly caused for this to happen. What do you think is the reason? I cannot imagine a reason. Although there are hunters and rangers on the ancestral mountains, Manon is big enough that you can see him from afar, as long as he doesn't attack first. It'll be difficult for them or civilians to become casualties. However, someone, might get excited and chase Manon. Don't you think that person might be the goal of this incident? Prince Basin. Perhaps the night sky truly exists and he wishes the nation to succeed. Perhaps he also hopes that the third prince becomes the next king. If this is really true, then the night sky might take Crown Prince Basin and... Your Highness! You cannot say what you just said to anyone else. Okay, but before that, please do me a favor. What is it? You're thinking of going to Basin, right? Take me with you. What? Gotta see how, I'm assuming he's predicting that he's gonna, maybe die or some shit, which is gonna be crazy if he does. He's not just being stubborn. If this judgment is accurate, having Kyle near Basin will make it safer for Prince Basin to have made the optimal decision at this moment. This way! The traces continue this way. So he hasn't gone far. It was easy to find him because he left traces everywhere. Yeah. It must have been suffocating to stay only in the garden for over 100 years. It's actually admirable that he just endured and slept all this time. Now what should we do, Your Highness? We should wake him up and drive him to the palace, should we not? There must be another way. He seems exhausted after running around, but we didn't see any hunted beasts on the way. What if we lure him with some kind of deer that could be his feed? That's a good idea. You guys catch something that could become feed. I will watch and stay here to make sure Manon doesn't wake up and move. Yes. It'd be a relief if they didn't just keep running away. Even if they don't, I'm sure they'll buy enough time until the hunting expedition team or the palace guards arrive. I don't expect anything from those guys. And if I receive the help of others, I won't get acknowledged even if I bring Manon back. Acknowledgement. Since I was young, I was complimented heavily whenever I achieved something. But I soon learned, when people acknowledge you, they don't make a fuss. True acknowledgement isn't like that. Teacher Ravine? Yes? Isn't the night sky omniscient, omnipotent, and omnibenevolent? What the fuck is omnibenevolent? Of course, Your Highness. And I have a question. If the night sky was truly like that, why does he allow there to be war, pain, sadness, and misfortune in the world? I'm curious about several perspectives on this topic. So that Your Highness, I'm sorry. I am not a priest of the Night Sky Order, so I don't know much about theology. I will look up the answer next time. That day, Teacher Ravine looked out the window, racking her brain, and quickly ended the study session. Acknowledgement is like that, making someone feel taken aback, making them contemplate how they're going to teach. If that's true acknowledgement, I've not once in my life received that kind of acknowledgement. I am aware that many people don't consider me worthy to be king. But what can I do about being born this way? I'm not a genius like my younger brother. If I can bring Manon alone, I will be acknowledged for showing some kind of results. And let's see if I'm truly someone worthy of becoming king. Brother! Brother, stop! Kyle? Ouch! Kyle! It's so funny that nigga name is Kyle. Your Highness, are you okay? I'm fine, I just sprained my ankle. Are you okay, Kyle? Hunting Minister, why did you bring this young child? There is a mountain ranger's hut at the bridge over there. Bring some medicine. Yes, understood. Let's see, kid. You should have been more careful. It's okay. I didn't actually sprain my ankle. I just acted so that Deanon wouldn't hear our conversation. What? Before that, why did you come up here? You should be aware that it's dangerous since Manon is close. That's exactly why! Yep. The insects ate it, which means you think the night sky is truly trying to kill me? I don't think that's what it's going to be, bro. I'm saying that could be one interpretation. I think Deanon agrees with me. So you thought you could, you had to stay near me, so I'd be relatively safe. But why? If that's true, you could just stay still to become king. Our second brother has become a priest of the Night Sky Order, so if I died, you'd succeed the throne. Do you not want to become king? Brother, I have a favor to ask. Please give me the crown prince position. Interesting. The crown prince position. I mean, I was thinking, like, you know, this guy could just, your brother could just be your advisor. This guy's super smart. I doubt he wants to be like king like that. You know, he probably just wants to, like, he could be a good advisor, bro. Just like let that nigga be an advisor or some shit, bro. The crown prince position. What? When you look at history, the night sky never failed. If we wanted something, he succeeded. Although some gods failed at their plans. The fact that the night sky isn't like that means that he plans a lot for one goal. In other words, the night sky will prepare another opportunity like this again. Although I cannot see everything as soon as I discover them, I will tell you. So you'll be safe. But are those not actions that go against God's will? Aren't you afraid of him? I know his will, so I'm not scared. Because at the very least, I'll be safe. But the path of the night sky has prepared will hurt you. There we go. I can't block everything. So I want to go on another path, away from the one that God has provided. I will ignore all the plans of the night sky has and prepared and dared to send requests. Give me the crown prince position. Huh? What's so funny? Kyle, I somehow feel more relieved. I acknowledge you, so I'll do as you say. But you know that me wanting to give up the crown prince position doesn't mean everything will go according to what we want, right? Yes, I'll make preparations. Then what should we do with that now? Just leaving it here might also be a method. Yo, do you know the method? The ministers won't be satisfied. How should we convince them? I'll explain that once the hunting minister arrives. Your Highness! The hunting expedition team. It's an offer I have no reason to deny, so I'll do as you say. Then let's work well together in the future hunting minister. Pardon? Yes. In the future, he says. Does that perhaps mean that? Will it be okay? What are you all worried about now? The third prince is smart and loyal to his god, but wouldn't it be troublesome if he analyzes and makes his own moves, his move based on an interpretation of the revelation of his own accord? Although his interpretation was basically right this time, we don't know if it will be next time. Also, for the upcoming king to be so autonomous is a bit... I'm not worried. Why not? When I regard him as a game character from when we used to play Perished World, that kind of thing is a problem, since it's frustrating when characters don't move according to my intentions. Well, I still was a good player, of course, you know. Of course, yes. But now, I know that the ones below there aren't NPCs, but they're people. Even if we have different intentions, as long as we or they achieve my desired outcome, it does not matter. Doesn't that make more detailed plays harder? A player who moves autonomously can ruin the plan. However, I can gain more benefits than I'd anticipate as well. Yep. If I was worried about things going wrong, I could just plan more, so I can respond to any situation. You'll go that far? Even just now, it went better than expected. I had to choose one because there can't be two kings, but it'd be waste to lose both of them. Boston being alive even after giving up his right of succession might become quite meaningful. Let's just trust in Kyle's judgment. So you haven't caught Manon yet, Hunting Minister? What will you do if Manon hurts someone? Solution O. We've already found Manon's whereabouts. He's just sleeping right now, so there are no troubles for now. That's a relief. But His Majesty is quite worried. He is feeling sick, so he couldn't even attend the evening meeting. If you'd found Manon, you should have deployed some palace guards to get him back. What are you hesitating for? I wanted to do that, but there was something that made me hesitate, so I stopped. Something that made you hesitate? When I went to the garden to chase Manon this morning. But when I saw the broken wooden bars, I realized that the insects had bitten on them. Yep. That could be a coincidence. Regardless, Manon could have easily broken it to escape. That's what I thought, but the third prince thought differently. He said that in the past, the night sky often created miracles through insects. Because of that, he said that the night sky caused the insects to bite on the wood to allow Manon to easily escape. With that as evidence, only the broken wooden bars were eaten by insects. Perhaps. Yes, it's something our god, the night sky, caused. In the afternoon, I went to the order and shared my thoughts with the priest, and the priest went to the scene and confirmed it. I confirmed it. That is indeed a miracle caused by the night sky. Prince Sean! Okay, bro. Night sky orders priest second prince Sean Locke or Orizon. I'm not calling it Horizon because it's funny not calling it that. Orizon! As the priests of the order have confirmed, Manon's escape was as the night sky willed. I cannot dare to go against his will and bring Manon back. Since the priests who interpret God's revelations are saying that, there's no helping it. Damn, what the fuck's up, bro? However, we still cannot just leave him be. We can't starve him, but if we just leave him there, he might cause an accident. That's why I'd like if we could expand the hunting expedition team. We cannot keep mobilizing the palace guards who protect the palace. What? Hunting expedition team? Then how many people are you looking at? That's not enough. We need a cow, a wagon to move Manon's food. And we need additional funds to help with repairs because of the rough mountain path. Manon might go down to people's homes, so we need the right to control the civilians' manpower, as well as the right to mobilize the police guards during an emergency. In other words, we need manpower, funds, and authority for the hunting expedition team. So, everything, yes. If not, we have no choice but to go against the night sky's miracle and bring Manon back. After taking over the responsibility from me, who would like to do that? If you would, speak at any time. Of course, I'm not sure whether Manon will cause accidents or not. You know, maybe you're asking for a little much. Maybe you're asking for a little bit much, bro. But they're gonna accept anyways. Prince Kyle wants to become king. All right, so he's actually becoming. I thought he would just become an advisor. I feel like that would have been a place for him, but I guess becoming king works too. I'll use this strategy he suggested to strengthen the power of the hunting expedition team. I'll then continue to push this situation so Prince Kyle can become king, even if that means becoming hostile towards the other ministers. Okay. I guess that makes sense. Denon slowly grew the power of the hunting expedition team, and the flow of the palace continued uncontrollably. 6 months later, King An Pyong removed Basin Lok Orzun as crown prince and replaced him with Kyle. 3 years later, King An Pyong passed away from a terminal illness, and Kyle Lok Orzun became Haokrin's 11th prince, or king. My fault, he's the prince. Kyle was 15 years old. Yup. Congratulations, Your Majesty. Hey, there's no reason for you to speak to me so formally when it's just the two of us, brother. You are the supreme king of the greatest nation on the continent, Your Majesty. You must be treated accordingly. I know that, but still. Tomorrow will be the first royal meeting. I'm sure one of the ministers will say this. We need to remove Basin Lok Orzun from the palace. Isn't this one of your worries? Haokrin is a nation where the power of the ministers is quite high. And because most of the ministers are Lizardman nobles, the scale of opinions lean too much on one side. I'm sure they'll say that removing Basin is for royal authority. But in reality, it's in order it's in order for the ministers to gain more power than the new king. What do you think should be done? If the ministers want that, then leave it be. But you, I'm fine. I'm actually afraid that my existence will hold you down, if anything. This is good. It's not like the former crown prince, can be appointed for anything in the palace. Even if I wanted to hunt, there are only boars nearby. I'll go far this time and catch something bigger. Hunt. If you're going to help, could you help a little bit more while you're at it? I don't think you'll dislike this either. I wonder what they're yapping about. I'll begin the royal meeting. I hope you will support me, the new king, well. There is also nothing urgent currently. So if there's something I should know, please tell me. Your Majesty, I cannot allow Prince Basin to stay within the palace. Yap. Prince Basin was once the crown prince. I understand that Your Majesty has a close relationship with him. However, as long as he remains within the palace, those who want to revolt may talk to him and... Okay. Make the royal authority waiver... Pardon? I agree with what you said. What you just said, Minister. Minister? Agreeing that easily? I thought he'd go against it. If so, I think Prince Basin should be sent out of the capital, Orzun. I don't want that. Pardon? But, hey! How dare you judge my opinions beforehand? I had a lot of worries about myself. What were you thinking, Your Majesty? Haha. There is still uncultivated land in our nation. Are you talking about the Eastern Mountains? Yes, many kings have sent searches that way, but because the mountains are rugged and steep, most people have given up halfway. Many do not consider the Eastern Mountains important. But because there are 5 nations threatening us from the west, we cannot lose the opportunity to broaden our horizons. We need to cultivate. Are you implying that we send Prince Basin to the Eastern Mountains? He is an outstanding hunter and a wonderful warrior. He even went to find Manon alone. those mountains aren't very valuable. It's not like the land past the mountains is vast. Well, it won't be a big issue. I think your thoughts are a good idea. Okay, then. We'll need to create a boat team. Pardon? You're going to send boats? Yeah. The reason we've failed to cultivate the East is because we've been trying to cross the mountains through land. So I think we'll have the higher chance of succeeding if we take boats and make it to the opposite side of the mountains. Yep. But Your Majesty, I don't think that there is a sea route. So taking the land might be... That's why we're going to create a sea route. Just how much longer can we have that untouched land in Haukren? But to drive those ships, we'll need forces, which causes the danger of rebellion. If you add people who can control them, it's fine. But that, gosh. There hasn't even been the time to drink a cup of tea yet since we agreed to this. And you're already trying to go back on your words? Let's see. In order to take over that land, they'll meet lots of beasts and monsters. Since it's related to monsters, it'll be hunting. So the hunting minister should take care of this. Boom. Understood, Your Majesty. Your Majesty, but let's move on to the next topic. Since there is someone waiting outside the Great Meeting Hall. Waiting? Okay, come in. Okay, we got a dwarf guy. What the hell does he want? What does he want? Let's be more respectful. A dwarf! Why is that lowly thing here? Oh, y'all need to fucking shut the fuck up, bro. Your Majesty, just why? He is a lump from the technician team. There's no helping if you don't recognize him since he was a slave until recently. Isn't the technique minister position open now? I brought him here to instate him into that position. Your Majesty, bringing that dwarf into the Holy Great Meeting Hall? Why a dwarf? The dwarves are the inferior species who resisted until the end. Your Majesty, please reconsider! As I thought, all mentions of brother have disappeared. Yep. So now he can just go on and do whatever the fuck he wants, pretty much. Solid plan. Your Majesty! Up until now, the technique minister position has been filled by a lizard man. So why a dwarf who was a former slave this time? Administration minister. I keep forgetting that, like, I gotta say that part because that's just like, that's what he does, you know? Since when were species important regarding the technique minister position? The technique minister position is for those who are good with their hands and knowledgeable about machines. But until now, they were lizardmen. Until now, the ones who have been the best with their hands have been lizardmen, but not this time. I saw his skills for myself. Do you ministers know what the altitude of Orizon's Arctic is? I, the astronomy minister, will answer. 32.5 degrees. Then do you know the altitude of the North Shore's tip, Jarin, and the southern tip, Maganin? Jarin's altitude is 37.5, while Maganin is 30. The altitude in the Arctic changes by 1 degree for every 250 ri. Jarin, located 1,250 ri further north, is 5 degrees higher. While Maganin, I keep forgetting the extra N, you know, Maganin, 625 ri further south is 2.5 degrees lower. Correct. You were able to respond to something the ministers could not. How are you satisfied just after one response? He was only right for this one occasion. Okay. Your Majesty, the reason you are the king is that you possess the great thunder dragon king's blood. And the reason the ministers are here is because they are the descendants of warriors who fought with him. That's also the reason the dwarf is a slave. The dwarfs were the enemies of the lizardmen until the end of Haukren. Even after the nation was founded, they considered revolting. Do you not know about what happened, what helped those in need? In the past, Tatar fought 10 trolls to save halflings, and the great thunder god, the great dragon king, great thunder dragon king, opened the castle gates to save the slaves. If he is particularly spectacular, Why can't we make an exception? If we allow a single exception, there will be no end to it. If it becomes evident that you can become a minister without being a lizardman, who will stay with you to the end, Your Majesty? Those who aren't lizardmen. Please reconsider, Your Majesty. We will need to ponder upon this a bit longer. I want to make Lum the technique official for now. Do you oppose that as well? I think that if he is talented, if he is that talented, gotta put that in there, you know, that much is permissible. Nice. Then Lump, you will be a technique official. Take your leave for today. Yes, Your Majesty. Then regarding the upcoming solar eclipse. Damn, just a bunch of racism, bro. Solar eclipse. The solar eclipse that describes the astronomical phenomenon of the sun disappearing or getting covered has been considered a sign or revelation related to God since the olden days. Month, day, and time. Because of that, it was very important to properly calculate the happenings of a solar eclipse for the safety of the nation. The date of the solar eclipse is estimated by comparing the values. Comparing the values that the night sky orders calendar priest. Okay, the astronomy officials and the king have calculated. Oh, are these calculations truly correct, astronomy minister? Double-checked them. I double-checked it several times using the calculation methods that have been passed down. I'm sure of it. Then why is it that His Majesty's calculated time is 4 hours later than the one calculated by the calendar priests and the astronomy officials? 7 o'clock on the dot. Make your heart stop. We need to be exact. Wasn't that dwarf more knowledgeable than you during the last meeting? If we're wrong this time, we will lose the right to persuade His Majesty. I mean, you guys kind of already were losing it. It's normal practice for the king's calculation to align with one party. Perhaps His Majesty made an error in his calculations. Our calculation method has always remained as is within the royal family, and it has never been wrong. If so, then let's hurry and move. No matter how intelligent His Majesty is, there's no way that all of the scholars are incorrect and that he alone is correct. First, we'll criticize His Majesty's arbitrary decision and prove that this to everyone on the day of the solar eclipse. Okay. However, on the day of the solar eclipse, the solar eclipse did not occur at the time that all of the scholars said it would. How could this be? The calendar priest and the astronomy officials have relied on an old calculation method. All this while, the dwarf Lump discovered something and informed me. That is why my calculations were different from yours. But the Great Thunder Dragon King wrote, "The skies did not change." Is that not an old book? Why can't you acknowledge that they could be wrong too? The ancestors were not able to look at other books until now. Yet, they still did their best to investigate and organize their knowledge. However, although we can look at books from other nations, why are we still staying in the past? Do you think that's what the king wanted from his descendants? Have you read the calendar book that came from Mangul? As time passes, the movement of the skies changes as well. I already gave you a hint during the last meeting. Deal with those involved in this according to the national law. The priest in charge of the solar eclipse should re-prepare the ceremony 4 hours later. Yes, Your Majesty. The solar eclipse occurred exactly 4 hours later, as Kyle had predicted. Yup. Yeah, but they got their boat team out here, bro. They're ready. They're going. I'll be back, Kyle. Beyond the Eastern Mountains is an area that definitely needs to be developed. And me leaving the palace is necessary for Kyle's reign. But I never thought I'd get to go feeling so refreshed. Ship. Pirate's humiliation. So this is the ship I'll take. There are 150 soldiers divided into 3 ships. Excuse me. Although in name, I'm the Eastern Exploration Team's leader. I cannot ride those ships. He said there would be people surveilling me too. Although I don't know who that is. The first candidate is probably that woman from the merchant family who has traded with the royal family for a long time. Oh, a big booby lady? Okay. Nice to meet you. I am Tion Itimo. Nice to meet you. I am Basin Alak Orazan. So you're an elf. Oh, you're the first to recognize me that way. Right away. Lizardmen often say that humans, elves, and Nixon are all the same. Let's get along since we'll be seeing each other for a while. There's something I wanted to say beforehand. What is it? So, no matter how noble you are, atop my ship, you must follow what I say. If you don't like that, find another ship. As long as you don't give any unreasonable commands. I can fully accept that. You're more flexible than I expected. Other than that, since you're the exploration team's leader, as well as the guest on this ship, I'll be as considerate as possible. Thanks. But is my stuff not here yet? Mate. Mate will bring your stuff, so don't worry. Mate, I don't know who that is, but that's a pretty name. Pardon, I never said it was a name. Oh, it's a big boy. It's a big nigga. Well, everyone calls him that, so I guess you could call it a name? God damn, that is a big motherfucker. Who called the first matey? This is our ship's first mate. He keeps saying matey, so we just call him mate. I see. So yeah, he's a big feller. He's a big feller, bro. He's a big motherfucker, you know? It's a massive creature, bro. God damn. Alright. I see. So, it's not your first time seeing an ogre. Most people get petrified the first time they see them. I saw some a few times when I was at the palace. Nice to meet you, ogre. I am Basin Lock Orazan. Nice to meet you, lizard. I am First Matey. You have no name? I did, but I First Matey. Didn't like it, so I got rid of it. I've never seen an ogre on a boat before. Isn't it advantageous for species who eat little to be on ships, since there are limited supplies? Yes, there are many small friends, but First Matey works just as much as I eat. Even if he looks like that, Mate is from Jarn of the North Shore. If he's from the North Shore, that makes sense. The ogres from the North Shore have had high intelligence in the past. I heard they were traces that God left behind. Although they say that with the mixing of blood, they're no longer as smart as before. Even in Halprin, clothed ogres are treated as good workers. But it's quite surprising that he's riding a ship like this in the first place. It's something you never see in the palace. I, First Matey, have abandoned land. Land cannot make First Matey scared anymore. The beings of land are not stronger than me, they're weaker. So Matey is riding the boat to defeat the ocean. Yep, I hope you beat the ocean soon. I don't think that ogre is my surveiller either. Right? Oh, Prince. Just call me Basin. It's a bit much to call such a high-positioned person that. Then just call me Captain, since I'm the leader of the expedition team. Okay, Captain. Do you know where your next? Do we know where our next destination is? All right, aren't we passing Maganin by heading south, and from there heading east and upwards along the coastline? That's the general path, but to be honest, our next destination is Bavrin. It's the biggest port city in Dan Yum other than Orazan. Isn't that abroad? Why are we going there? Because our ship is a merchant ship? So we're going to sell and buy goods? Buy items? I'll tell you the details later, but for now, I'll show you where you'll be staying. We're departing soon, so follow me. He seems a little sus, but you know, not too sus, you know. There you are. There you were. You don't get seasick? Is that surprising? I have something I'm curious about. If you're a merchant, why would you take on something as annoying as an expedition team? Because it's worth the bang for the buck. When the Halcyon royal family gives you work, they pay well. They fucking pay you handsomely. I received a glass crafted item as a deposit this time. Damn, nice. Nice. A glass crafted item, huh? I've shattered a few of those in my childhood. Damn. I'm sure you don't know their true value at all as a prince. But in Halcyon, because the craftsmanship of the glass pieces is so delicate, they sell for a lot abroad. We're going to Bavrin to sell that. Then are you going to buy anything there? Of course, it's all money. How could a merchant ship leave empty-handed? There are sometimes some items the palace requested me to buy as well. What did the palace request? Oops. They said to keep this a secret. A secret? Well, it should be fine since it's you. They asked me to buy some knitter. Some knitter? I don't know what that is. I heard there's a lot of them in Mangol, and I don't know much, but apparently it's good for farming. Are they planning on doing a lot of farming? Saying that the land of the chosen ones lay thunder upon will be good for the soil or whatever. You mean the lightning? I saw it when I was younger. It was incredible. But if Kyle's the one who asked her to purchase knitter, why did he ask her to buy it in secrecy? I mean, buy it in secret. Interesting. After the solar eclipse incident, Kyle officially began to manage internal affairs. The ones who were a threat to his authority formally self-resigned. Yeah, as you should, pussy. He called those who supported Boston and reassured them. I thought you were going to request I resign. I am deeply grateful that you are treating me this way. Why do you think that? Well, I thought that you would replace some of the existing ministers. And since I am from a half-decent family without a last name, it'd be easy to fire me. What's wrong with not having a last name? It means that my family did not contribute to the establishment of Halcyon, so I am deeply embarrassed. That means you got this position with your own power, and not from your family support. That means you're much more capable. Your Majesty, I hope that you will help me in the future. Your Majesty, I apologize, Your Majesty. I will devote myself to doing my best for you. Thank you. See you later. Cold ass look. It didn't seem as though the finance minister was hiding his inner thoughts. Yes. You cannot continue to suspect him just because you had a bad relationship. But Your Majesty, Deanin, are you not aware that you are playing with fire? Leave the resentment of the past behind. Your Majesty, you are correct. I will regulate myself. Holy fuck, I'm stupid, bro. Don't worry about it. Anyway, what happened to the horned alchemist from the Hui family? You mean Hui, Ravina Maul? By her. She's already arrived at the palace. Hui Ravina Maul. I wonder why His Majesty called that woman the Hui family. The Lord family of the Automation Castle and the noble family that inherits the Margrave title. The Hui family, which generationally has served in various positions on the left cabinet, is also a great merchant family. They possess the greatest forge among the non-lizardman families. However, the Hui family possesses a big darkness as great as their shining fame. Cursed horns. In the past, there was a story about the Automation Castle's lord with antlers. Now it's a simple sign, so people just say it's a legend. But those who take on responsibilities within the Hui family are aware those aren't just stories. There's actually a child in the Hui family born with horns. The children who are born with horns, without exception, become crazy. They will talk to the air or show some kind of strange talent that cannot be explained, before slowly descending into lunacy. So they have all, so they all, god damn, I can't read. So they have all cut off their horns. Holy shit, bro. What's wrong with me, bro? I don't understand, bro. I really don't, bro. Am I fucking dyslexic now, bro? Like, I'm genuinely dyslexic. I'd be stuttering on, like, every other one, bro. If so, they can live normally. According to the legends, Wee Kyung became a great merchant through the power of the horns. That did happen. That did happen. I'll watch it. But even her end was tragic. And Saren Maul was her lizardman lover. Oh, they were fucking? They was fucking? Yo. So there were rumors that the horned children were mixed blood with the lizardmen. Yeah, they was fucking. Yo. Because of that, the name Maul was attached to the children with horns. Though there is no way that humans and lizardmen could have children. It could have been nice if the story could have just ended there. Ravina Maul. We got, yeah, like, sure, her. He was another kind. Hello? Yeah, okay, so more horns? More horn girls, okay. I was gonna say, like, yo, where are the other characters' descendants at, you know? Like, where all them at? But we finally found one, bro. So, or we finally have another one, I guess. So I'm excited to see what her involvement's gonna be. So we're gonna have to find out. Anyways. Also, yeah, how the fuck were how did they have kids? Like, so Sui Kyung had kids, but, like, how does she have kids if, like, lizardmen and humans can't breed, you know? I actually don't answer that. I don't really know how much I want to know that question, you know? So yeah, anyways, I got nothing else for you guys. Hope you all have a fantastic day, and I'll see you all next time. What the fuck?